What's happening? What's happening? Back like we never left, man. You are officially back on the hot seat. I am your esteemed host, Smoke, and I'm finna get right into it, man. I ain't finna waste y'all time today. Listen, first of all, paying homage to the ghosts over my left and my right shoulder. Let's get to it. Last time we were here, we were talking about Ezekiel Elliott and Mike Thomas holding out, waiting to get their bread. And Mike Thomas got it to the tune of 5 years, $100 million. That brother earned that paycheck. I'm happy for him. I think it's about 60, 61 mil guaranteed somewhere up in there. Good for him. Zeke Elliott still holding out. I'm a Cowboy fan. I don't want that to be hidden. I'm a Cowboy fan, so this doesn't just frustrate me on the level of being a Cowboy fan. It frustrates me because it doesn't make any goddamn sense. I think that when you're in the, you know what, this episode, this show, we gonna call this one "Pull the Fucking Trigger." Yeah, pull the goddamn trigger. We talked last time about your window to win being this big. If you understand your window to win is this big, why isn't the key cog in what you're doing not there? And I told y'all they was gonna bring up this bullshit about having to pay other players coming up. Stephen Jones said other guys want to be Cowboys for a very long time. Yeah, that's great. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Your opportunity to win is right now. Right fucking now. Pull the damn trigger. It, hey, here we are, another episode. Don't fuck this up. Do not fuck this up. You look at, listen, I don't know what the qualifications are to be an NFL GM, and I say that because I look at a guy like John Lynch, who came fresh out of the booth in Fox and got a goddamn gig being an NFL GM with no prior experience, and he hasn't had a sparkling resume as a GM. But this shit got to be easy. Like, the interview process has to be fairly easy. Like, I want to get paid millions of dollars to fuck shit up and not do shit too. I want to get paid millions of dollars set back my franchise as well. I think the going rate maybe between $1 and $3 million for an NFL GM, somewhere up in there. Um, some of those guys get paid exceedingly more than $3 million a year. That's great. I want to do that shit too. As a as an owner, I told y'all you can't come in my office with this bullshit about we gonna be stagnant, we gonna be stuck in neutral. I told y'all either you're rebuilding or you're contending. It's one or the other. There's no in between with me. None. I look. I think the Rams are a prime example. I think they give a lot of NFL teams a blueprint on what to do. Because think about this: in 2017, they were 11-5. They could have built off that. You know what? We're headed in the right direction. Good job, Mr. GM. Good job, Wiz Kid, head coach. We're going in the right direction. No, they didn't do that. They grabbed the bull by the fucking throat and said, "What do we need to do to get to the goddamn Super Bowl? Not just be perennial contenders for playoff positioning in the NFC. Fuck that. What can we do? What do we need to do to contend in the NFL, in the Super Bowl? Being just one of the best teams in the NFC wasn't good enough for them. They're only one of the best teams in the league, period. They went out and got Aqib Talib for, I think it was like, I got it written down somewhere, excuse me, for a fifth round pick from the Broncos. They went out and got Marcus Peters for, I think, a second and a fourth. You know, like that's what the fuck I'm talking about. They recognized that although Lamarcus Joyner was up and coming, they recognized that their secondary was a weakness for them. They had every area of opportunity there. They went out and got two bookends. I didn't even know that Peters and Talib were available. I don't think anybody fucking knew that shit. But hell, they made a phone call. They went out, got Brandon Cooks. You know what we want to do offensively, we need somebody who's fleet of foot. Cooper Kupp ain't gonna get it. Woods ain't gonna get it by himself. Let's go out and get Brandon Cook. I didn't even know that motherfucker was available. Got him for a first round pick and I think a sixth round pick. Paid off handsomely, didn't it? You got arguably probably the best player in the NFL in Aaron Donald. What do? You go out and get Ndamukong Suh to put beside him. Think about, like, real time as that was happening, how fucking scary that was. Dante Fowler was headed towards bust territory. Top 3, top 4 pick the year he came out of Florida. I thought he was overrated, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. They go call Jacksonville and go get him. So now you got a front line that consists of Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh and Dante Fowler. Pull the fucking trigger. That's what you're supposed to do. They didn't become stagnant. They didn't just become stuck in neutral, stuck in fucking mud. We can progress and have a 2 to 3 year plan about getting to the Super Bowl, or we can go out here, make a few acquisitions, make a few transactions, and become a Super Bowl contender right now. It's the name of the game here, people, is winning. If you are not trying to win, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you even here? Why play the goddamn game? The Golden State Warriors went 73-9. Think about that. The greatest regular season in NBA history, they went 73-9. Bob Myers could have sat on that shit. You know what? I've drafted well. I took a chance on Steph Curry. I went out and found Klay Thompson. I did my homework and got Draymond Green. I drafted Harrison Barnes. I spent a little money to get Andre Iguodala. He could have sat on that shit. No. He went out and got Kevin Durant. Kevin fucking Durant. Process that for a second. Even if you go out and try to get Kevin Durant and you don't get him, the fact that you even thought about getting him, that you tried to get him, speaks volumes to me, because you're not just being stuck in neutral. If you are the number 1 team in the league, everybody else is building up their team to beat you. Why sit there and wait for that? You go out and get better too. That's how you're supposed to think as a GM. Continue to get better. Continue to put this team in the best position to win that I possibly can. To win. There's that word again. The operative word here is win. That's the name of the damn game. Win. You're not winning, what the fuck are you doing? Pull the goddamn trigger. This shit ain't hard. Here we are. Another episode of Don't Fuck This Up. Jeff Luhnow, GM for the Houston Astros. Prior to the trade deadline, the Astros probably were one of the top 3 teams in baseball. Maybe even top 2. You can argue top 2. These son of a bitches went out and got Zach Greinke. Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander. You know how good that is? I'll tell you. That's Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, and Greg Maddux good. That's just how good that trio can be. Be mindful, there are only 7-game series in the Major League playoffs, Major League Baseball playoffs. After them first 3 games, you in trouble. Because I don't know any 3 people who could rival that for any team. You know what I'm saying? And we all know the name of the game in the postseason of baseball is pitching. If you have great pitching and clutch hitting, you'll win. Period. Luhnow could have just sat here and said, you know what? I'm good. We got Wade Miley. We got Verlander. We got Cole. We good. I don't need to go out and get nobody else. He didn't do that. Not only did he not do that, he kept them away. He kept Zach Greinke away from a Yankees or a Dodgers, who they may have to see on down the line. Way down the line, but still. You kept them away from them. Shrewd move. Great move. That's what you do as a GM. You earn your fucking paycheck. You go out here and make something happen instead of just spinning around on your goddamn thumbs thinking something going to fall in your goddamn lap or you just buying time. It doesn't make any goddamn sense to me. I look at a guy, now that I'm thinking about it, Lawrence Frank, Doc Rivers, and Jerry West got killed for giving up all those first-round picks for Paul George. Let me tell you something. Ain't no 25th, 26th, 27th pick standing in between me and Paul George if I can go out and get Kawhi Leonard to pair along with him. That ain't fucking happening. Fuck them picks. How many you want? Get all these motherfuckers. How many picks you want? The name of the game is to win. By sending them 4 picks, 5 picks, whatever they were, to Oklahoma City, getting a Kawhi Leonard, you're not only in position to temporarily take LA from the Lakers, you are in prime position to win championships, which is something that has eluded their franchise for fucking ever. pull the goddamn trigger. On the surface, that seems like a lot of goddamn picks. It is. So fucking what? If you win the championship, oh, that shit was worth it. My main man Masai Ujiri from Toronto, he pulled the goddamn trigger and it paid off handsomely. That couldn't have gone any better than what it did. He made a risk. He pulled the trigger. He won a championship. Hello, world. Hello, some goddamn body. You do what you have to do to win. Worry about all the other shit later. Now he has to figure out what to do with his team, how to rebuild it. It's easier to answer these questions when you have a championship trophy sitting behind you. You can't just continue to think that as a Dallas Cowboy GM, as a Dallas Cowboy executive, that we are good enough to win without Zeke. You're not. If you all out there are listening to people who are telling you that the Dallas Cowboys are good enough to win without having a Zeke Elliott, stop listening to those fucking people because they are not. That's not even a playoff team. You really want Dak throwing the ball 3rd and 12 all the goddamn time? You really want Dak throwing the ball 35 times a game? Give a fuck who the receiving core is. No, you don't. This is football 101. This shit ain't hard. We can get into X's and O's later. This shit is fucking easy. If Zeke wants to be the highest paid running back in the league, you pay him $14.6 million per year. Todd get $14.5, I believe. Not only are you giving him what he deserves, you're showing him how much you value him, how much you believe in him. You're showing him that, hey, you are what make this team tick. We built this team around you. There is nothing else to talk about if that man doesn't get his money. If Zeke Elliott isn't on the field, nothing to talk about. Pack this shit up, pull the goddamn plug on the lights, clean out all these motherfucking lockers. Season over with. Season over. Who you gonna go get? I gave you the option of Duke Johnson last week. Duke Johnson. I mentioned LaShawn McCoy. Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. Your window to win. That's small. I'm not going to sit here and beat a dead horse, man. I appreciate you all's time. Again, continue to hit those like buttons for me, man. Continue to hit those subscribe buttons for me. I promise you I'm going to give you this raw and uncut content every time I jump in front of this microphone. You are officially off the hot seat until then. Y'all be good.